lesson, and today I'm going to tell you about Orbeez. I'm going to show you how to set up Orbeez, the different stages of Orbeez, how to play with Orbeez, some other things, and mishapped Orbeez. I'm going to be using my rainbow Orbeez for this example.
So what is the first thing you do? What does an Orbeez look like? Can you show me what an Orbeez looks like before you actually...
An Orbeez will start out looking like one of these little beads.
So they're teensy tiny, so they're smaller than your littlest fingernail, aren't they?
Yes, in fact, it's hard to believe, but inside this bag there's 1,000 Orbeez.
Wow. That's incredible. What happens next?
Next, you pour some of these Orbeez into the water, and you'll let them grow. I just poured in some invisible Orbeez. I have some of those in there, so you might not be able to see them at the moment. And then I have the second stage, which is the raspberry stage, I like to call it, because it's got all these little bumps on it and reminds me of a raspberry.
Oh, little bumpity bumps.
Very bumpity bumps. The next stage is the stage where the Orbeez start to lose their bumpity bumps and become a round Orbeez. This one has started to lose its bumpity bumps, and so has this one. Remember, you must keep it in water for these stages to happen.
Wow, so they actually sort of morph, don't they?
Yes.
That's
and then,
really neat.
When the morphine is complete, you've got your full-grown Orbeez.
Holy cow, so those go from being teensy tiny little beads to these sort of big marble-like shape.
Yes.
Very cool. So what do you do with an Orbeez?
You can play with them, as in you could make a marble run for them and pretend they're marbles. Or you could sort them by color. Or you can make decorations out of them. But my favorite thing to do, is which I created on my own, is little games. I have a little small character that guards each section of Orbeez. This one has two because it's such a big section.
That's a raccoon guarding a bunch of Orbeez there, a pool of Orbeez?
Yes. And
wow.
Then there's also extra guards that will guard either side of the Orbeez section. Like over here is a good example. They'll also jump in to rescue all these Orbeez if some enemy tries to attack them.
What kind of enemy might try to attack an Orbeez?
Poisonous snakes, army ducks, lizards that can eat them.
That could be catastrophic.
Very.
So these guys along the edge here, they guard your Orbeez?
Yes, they guard them.
They're guarding the Orbeez.
Yes.
Wow.
And then there's also a medicine Orbeez. A medicine helper that will try to heal hurt Orbeez. That's my favorite game to play. If you really want to get crazy, you can take off your socks and dip your feet in here, but try not to smash any, and you'll actually have a foot massage. Doing this, I actually get a complete hand massage. So that would be a way to really mash things up with Orbeez.
Wow, that's an interesting idea.
And also, these Orbeez, any age will love them. Grown-ups will put them in vases, and little kids will grow them up and play with them with animals. So really, any age can play with them, and that's what's special about them.
They have a nice feel to them too, don't they?
Yes, very.
I mean, they just are really sort of a nice squishy feel to them, but not too squishy.
Yeah,
Just
otherwise
really,
they'd pop.
Yeah.
Like some of
it does,
the
you're
broken
right.
ones.
It feels very nice. That's a lot of fun. It's so colorful too.
Yes. That's what you get when you do a colorful Orbeez collection. Now I'm going to tell you about some mishapped Orbeez.
Great.
My favorite mishapped Orbeez is this one right here. I call him Tadpole.
Oh, he's completely different from the other Orbeez, isn't he?
Very. And
wow.
He actually lost a long piece of his body, his tail, right here.
How did that happen?
When they were little, they weren't very fragile. But as they grow, ones with stuff as so thin as this, in fact, I even broke it when I picked it up some, they just break off and eventually. So you're left with the stronger piece of Orby that you can really pick up.
But it looks like that's kind of unusual, though, right? I mean,
Yes.
most of the Orbeez end up looking like this.
Yes,
like
that's
full,
very unusual.
round circles. Almost very surreal looking when you look at them, the iridescent or translucent colors of.
Very.
I mean, the colors overlap. Okay, so here's another one that's kind of unusual.
Yeah, there's a...
Right there.
Oh, another tadpole.
Yeah, that one's kind of unusual.
Yeah. I also had another tadpole, but his head broke in half.
So those are basically the mishaps that happen with an
Yeah.
Orby.
Also,
They grow into sort of weird shapes.
Yeah, but also sometimes an Orby will sort of look like... Here. They will sort of look like a bean shape or a stone, not perfectly round. See, it's got a flat side right here. Another thing about Orbeez are there's many different colors, but white kinds are very, very rare. And also, the rarest of all, which I haven't grown yet, but you can see in this bag, right up close, are black Orbeez. They're the rarest of all.
Wow. Can you get full bags of black Orbeez or white Orbeez, or how do you come across them?
People will sell them in stores. You can get them for Christmas gifts, birthday presents. Just ask someone. You can order them online. There's a lot of ways to get Orbeez, really, but usually white Orbeez and black Orbeez would not be sold in a store in a full bag. They're usually actually sort of mishaps. White Orbeez that didn't get their color. Black Orbeez that got too many colors mixed into them. They're just mishaps. I hope you have fun playing with your Orbeez, as much fun as I do. And maybe, just maybe, you'll turn into an Orby geek like me. I even took a bath with Orbeez once. Thanks for mashing with us. See you next time.